In the next 60 seconds, I'll put you in command of 2 brand new metal albums to stream. Then I'll guide you through the 4 key areas where each of these bands shine. Plus, I'll give you a 3rd extreme metal album from my secret collection too, as a gift at the end of the show. Terry here again, guiding metal guardians like you to more music that you want. If you like the stuff that is listed here next to me, FMR is for you because I review and break down the newest extreme releases of the week from my charts, so you get the best new metal every day. In episode 44, I reviewed Praise the Plague Suffocating in the Current of Time and Throne of Thorns Converging Parallel Worlds. See the last episode for the full scoop and results. In any case, stream them for yourself to see if they are for you. Your 2 new metal albums today are Zombieshark's Die Laughing and Sujin's Save Our Souls. Both are up for fresh, full metal reviews. Let's break it down. Before I listen to Zombieshark's Die Laughing, I open the page and I see that there are 16 strong-sounding tracks, but they're only 30 minutes in length. The entire album, rather. The album cover artwork, as you can see here, it's au naturel. It seems to be a photo. It's very smart. It doesn't have any fonts on it, and I was attracted to it immediately thanks to whoever selected this photo or the artist who rendered it. Between the album artwork and the song titles, I visualized something heavy. Although categorized as metal and Apple Music, my genre description right now, beforehand, it's a mystery. I couldn't tell, but I'll reveal what I think that their actual genre is after I listen to the album at the end of the show, and I'll compare it to the bio too. All right, so the tracks here are actually mostly very short, so they're going to be tougher to score. Track 1, it opens as a series of noise samples and bytes simulating electronic internals, and it's pretty dramatic. Track 2 is insane. It is deathcore in mass overdrive, yet it crosses genres into pop-sounding passages. It's all sampling and sound bites masterfully mixed together. This may be the Nintendo core genre I have actually heard about on a couple of occasions. We shall find out. Track 3 is another deathcore overload number filled with burning samples of everything from game console themes to pop music passages as well. Next, track 4, it's pure insanity, where the gaming world meets hyper deathcore. If I don't know how else to describe it. Track 5 is absolutely brutal, overdrive heavy, the heaviest type of music I have ever heard. That it goes into pop music. It's very scattered, and it's actually pretty cool. In summary, the rest of the album, it's loaded with rich, explosive deathcore and massive grindcore elements with a red cape and an S on it. It's got beautiful pop and intriguing sampling passages, and it's very abrupt with a bursting nature. Imagine playing a video game while listening to Drake and Vitriol all at the same time. I think Drake is awesome, by the way. And if you're thinking that I'm not into this, you'd be mistaken. It's awesome, and it's totally weird. I described the recording and sound quality. It's professional, clean, and strong. The musicality was refined and very deliberate. I rate the overall levels of rhythm and tempo as immense, and the harmonies and melodies, they were more present in this album as well. Lyrical theme here I find is the good and bad in everything. Becoming a mainstream or radio act here is definitely not a possibility, so I think that our metal warriors are going to be happy. The range, flow, and layout of the album is consistent. The tracks are arranged meticulously and very smart with care. I describe the vocals as beastly. The overall energy and intensity here is massive. They remind me of nobody, or is it a he? I'm not sure. ChatGPT today gives me very little. And to be frank, I can't be certain about the instruments in use. I think everything here is synthetic. It's sound bites and so on and so forth. You really have to try this and decide for yourself, okay? Lastly, I rate the temperature as ultra hot. It has a dark and light tonality shade all the way through. The overall colors I could pretty much describe as the entire color wheel all the way through. Can't pick one. General feeling I had during this session was pretty much slack-jawed. I didn't know whether to have goosebumps or white knuckles or not, but it led me to give this album a seismic reading of 8.5 on the Richter scale, and I think I'm going to enjoy pulling this out and showing people how diverse actual music can be. In summary, my predictions were a mystery. I couldn't place the genre. It could have been rock because there's no fonts on the album cover, and the song titles were very bizarre and different. And finally, I reveal my personal official genre description as Nintendo Core with Deathcore Supreme. The official bio, I was stunned. I got it. It says Nintendo Core, Deathcore, and something called Cybergrind, which means that in a roundabout way, I feel like a winner here. My favorite tracks, they're all intriguing, very heavy, nail-biting. Finally, I'm going to add this to my library and pull it out when I want people to hear something different. On a final note, if you cannot handle cross-genre music, this might not be for you, and that is review number 1. So, next, before I listen to the second album from Sujin titled Save Our Souls, I open the page to see there are 11 strong-sounding tracks totaling 41 minutes. The album cover artwork, as you can see, it's a more organic sky and valley theme. It looks like a cyber community nested within a massive tree. It has a mix of custom and standard fonts. Thanks to the artist, I was attracted to this album pretty much right away. I knew I had to hear it. My first impression at this time, it has me visualizing something heavy, something refined. And although it's categorized as death and black metal in Apple Music, I know that they don't use all the metalhead terms that we like to use, so I'm going to predict deathcore or maybe metalcore beforehand, but I'll reveal everything afterwards at the end and compare it to the bio. We'll see if I was making things happen there. Track 1, it's a quick dramatic soundbite that opens the album with a hollow and lonely feel, and it's only 43 seconds. Then it leads into track 2, which opens hard with excellent rhythm and harmonies, strong, convincing fry vocals, biting, attacking guitar riffs, punchy, electric, and explosive. Song is excellent. I think I'm off to the races here at this point. Track 3, it's crunchy, powerful, rangy, excellent rhythm and melodies with strong attack. Next, track 4 is faster with crushing deep rhythms and rangy harmonies. Track 5, it's a more conservative piece, thick with the whole gamut of metalcore sounds. It has biting guitar riffs, crunchy bass, thunderous drums, and convincing dirty fry vocals, to say the least. The rest of the album, in summary, it's rich with a range of strong, catchy tracks. It's big with powerful, deep, yet explosive rhythm and harmony passages. Very strong, very rangy, nice, full metal music throughout. Definitely worth a listen, rather. Sujin is yet another example of creative, hardworking, passionate metal musicians, and, it was really great to hear their work. I describe the recording and sound quality as professional, clean, full. Production and musicality was very refined. I rate the overall levels of rhythm and tempo as immense. Harmonies and melodies here were also more present in this type of album. A lyrical theme here I find is dystopian. Becoming a mainstream or radio act here is a possibility, I think, although that's not a deal breaker. The range and flow of the layout of the album is consistent. Tracks are meticulously arranged with a lot of care. I describe the vocals as strong, mid-range fry vocals, while the guitars I can only describe as crisp, with awesome riffs, excellent rhythm and solo and harmony balance all the way through. Bass section was big, rich, bubbly, and finally the drums and percussion performance was rangy, full, snappy from top to bottom. There were a little wee bit of conservative use of samples, I guess, at the beginning, and I didn't really hear much else. I think it's just raw instruments, and that's it all the way through. Energy and intensity here was super high. They remind me in the range of Currents or maybe Trivium in that particular area. ChatGPT today says Alcest, Deaf Heaven, and Wolves of the Throne Room are kind of what match Sujin, although they did say that they're a very new band. They don't have much on them at this point. General feeling I had during this review was a white knuckle ride. It led me to give this album a lighter tonality shade and an overall color to be blue and red. I had that trusting yet hot feeling all the way through. Lastly, I rate the temperature of this album as hot. Seismic reading of a worthy 7.2. I'm going to enjoy this, I think, when I'm out walking. Summary, my predictions from earlier, I did say metalcore along with deathcore. My official reveal is metalcore or hardcore. The official bio says melodic death or metalcore. I don't hear death metal here, but that's okay. That's just me. My favorite tracks here were 4, 5, and 10. And of course, this one here is going to slam its way into my library. And I have to say, great work to this new band, Sujin, okay? So that is it for another episode of FMR. I'm going to dig through my treasure chest, and I recommend Polaris's 2023 album, Fatalism, just for you. If you haven't heard it, it's highly recommended. It's a lot of fun, great album. Just to say thanks for hanging out with me today. And remember, please, to support your favorite metal artists, stream them, engage them on social, buy the merch, see them live if you can, and join me again soon for another episode of FMR. And finally, please hit that subscribe button because metal music matters, and I want to help. And set up your notifications so you can get your new album recommendations here first. Cheers, everybody. Have a tremendous day.